Hello guys, this is Eric Day from ACS Learning Hub. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming back here. Today is 2023, 5th of January. Yep, right. So yes, today we have this ADP non-farm employment change later on in the GMT plus 8, 21, 15 hours. Right. So yeah, over here today we just need to pay a little bit of attention. Not be a very big impact, okay, to what I see. Okay, so yeah, all right, guys. So yes, today in this session, I'm going to plan out what am I going to pick up from some of the currency pairs to focus to trade today. All right, so yeah, let's go into our MT4 quickly. All right, let's take a look at what are we having now. Right, so over here we have this Aussie cat with us, right? Aussie cat. So Aussie cat tentatively, like I say over here last week, we are waiting for it to get level, and now we are here. We are very near to this area, and got rejections here. We have a rejections over here. So it looks like there will be a good chance, okay, that we are actually going for a selling. However, is it a good time to go for the selling for now? Right, tentatively, I will still say that there may be a chance for selling. However, right, there may be still a retesting to set up another selling here before we actually can go for it. But today, by looking at this Aussie cat over here, we can see that actually the Aussie cat is actually forming up a resistance, and we can see from here the resistance is just nice up here. So am I going to look out for a selling at this point here? There is a chance, okay, there's a chance that we are actually going for a selling. However, now we still have to put this under observation. We have support over right here. Okay, so currently, okay, we have tested on the support. So over at this point here, perhaps we have to wait for it to break the support. Okay, then after that, retest the area, then we can go for another round of selling. All right, so for Aussie Cap, we have to pay attention to that. Okay, so yep, I will just put this under observation later on in the live session. Okay, we will come back and take a look. Right. Well, Aussie franc. Let's take a look at Aussie franc. Well, Aussie franc, same thing. We have achieved the resistance. Now it looks like that we are going to take there's a chance of selling here. All right. So for Aussie CAD and Aussie franc, they are very similar. Okay. So tentatively, by looking at this level, we are already on the resistance level. So will there be a chance of selling down here? Yes, there may be a chance. So where are we looking out for currently over at this point to go for a selling? Well, over here, tentatively, the support is here, and we are right at the middle. So usually, when the price is right at the middle between the resistance and support, usually I will stay away for a while, and I will take a look later on to see how is it going. Then we will see what should we do, right? Okay, so for Aussie Yen, let's take a look at Aussie Yen. Well, Aussie Yen, tentatively, we are still in the bear, although there are some yesterday, as we can see, the yen was very weak, and it has a very big U-turn back for many of the currency pairs up there. So we have actually achieved this round of resistance here for Aussie yen. However, Aussie yen may still have a chance, okay, may still have a chance to go further up to take out the liquidity. But at the same time, it also have a chance to go down for a selling. So it's stuck, it's stuck in between there. So are we going to continue to out for selling? Okay, if I'm going to look out for selling, I will be looking out for a new cycle of selling. All right, then we will be looking at this level of support. Okay, sorry, it should be here. Okay, so at the moment right now, okay, we are looking into this area here that should be waiting for a new cycle of selling, or we should be looking out for a retesting of the resistance, then we start selling. Okay, so tentatively, I'm going to leave this out first. Right, so for Aussie Kiwi, we are also coming into the resistance, which is good. And but the thing is that there isn't any good sign of selling yet, so I will just leave this aside. Right. Okay, so for Aussie dollar, let's take a look at Aussie dollar. Well, Aussie dollar over here, as we can see, the bear and running up, and it's in the bull now. Okay. So for this Aussie dollar, we have tested onto the resistance, okay, and now we are going to look out into selling, are we? Okay, so will there be a selling? It's a pullback, I would say. Okay, it's a pullback. It is a pullback in the pool. So at this point of time, it's actually or to continue the buying. So where will be the point that we should be looking out for? I would say that, well, over at this area here, we will take a look over at this support level, which I see there's still quite a good sign of selling. So I'm going to put Aussie dollar into my watch list. Okay, today, then maybe we may be looking out for selling for this Aussie dollar. Right, so for Euro Aussie, well, Euro Aussie, let's take a look at Euro Aussie. Euro Aussie over at this point here is in the bull, retracing downwards now is transiting into the bear. So at this point of time, for Euro Aussie, we are transiting into the bear, which looks good, but it hits on the support yesterday and trace backward. So at the moment, I'm looking at this resistance, right, which is very pretty near. And this resistance level that we can see from the resistance level here is actually coming into the resistance to create a selling. So for now, Euro Aussie, it was buy side to test the resistance before we can start selling. Okay, so I'm going to leave this out first and take a look. Maybe on the second half of the day, it will come. Right, so let's take a look at Euro CAD. Got Euro CAD over here. Euro CAD, we are still in the pool. Very obvious. It's very in the pool. So Euro CAD over at this point here, it seems like it has come to a point where it actually breaks through into where. Well, I think this should be looking for selling today, right? But remember, we are still in the pool. So this may be only the changing of a direction, or should I say, this is still a pullback. Well, whatever. Okay, we still need to be very careful. All right. So look out for the support level, which is here. Right, we have tested on the support level over here. So we still have a little bit of space down there, about 40 pips, that still good for selling to look out for the support before it actually go for the buying. Right, so hang on with that. Okay, let's check if this resistance able to hold it. If the resistance able to hold it, then we can still go for a selling for Euro CAD. Right, so Euro CAD, I'm going to put in, but with a symbol behind because it's in the pool, and yet we are going to sell against the trend to look out for support. Okay, so for Euro Yen, let's take a look at Euro Yen. Well, Euro Yen over at this point here, Euro Yen, we are actually looking of the pool transiting down into the bear. So for Euro Yen, yesterday, same thing because of the Yen, alright? So we are actually have a big retracement. Then over at this point here, we can see that the retracement has actually gone up and still looking out for a resistance. So I will still say that at this point of time for Euro Yen, it is still on the buy side, and I will prefer not to actually go for a selling for now. Okay, so I will still look out for buying for the Euro Yen. So tentatively, I'm not going to put Euro Yen into the watch list. Okay, so yep, and over here, Euro Kiwi. Well, Euro Kiwi. Yes, Euro Kiwi over at this point here, we have a trading market downwards until it retraced to hit and tested on the resistance. Nicely as planned. Okay, so what are we going to do? Are we going to sell immediately today? I would say that today may not be the good time for selling because we have hit on the bottom. Support has created over here, so there may be a chance that it's going back to retest the resistance before it actually come back for the selling. So we can put this under observation and hang on for them. Okay. Yeah. For Euro dollar, let's take a look at Euro dollar. Well, Euro dollar, now we are still in the general trend. It looks like the whole bear is a retracement coming down again for the bear. Right. So will there be a chance of selling for this Euro dollar? Let's take a look. All right. Okay. So currently by looking at Euro dollar, I will say that it should be out for a resistance, okay, to go for a selling. So tentatively, we can look at this resistance level at this point here, right? So this area here, so will they have a chance to actually come down to take the support and before it went up again? It's also possible because over here, when we screen down, okay, there's a cycle of selling over here, so there may be some chance of selling. But for Euro dollar, in general, I would say that no, perhaps it will still go on the buy side. Okay, so at the moment over at this point here, I'm going to leave euro dollar aside. Later on when we come back here, then when we come back to live trading, then we will take a look how is the euro dollar, then we will decide what to do. Okay, pound Aussie, let's take a look at pound Aussie. Well, for pound Aussie over at this point here, well, pound Aussie, we are now transiting where, so which is good. There's a good chance of selling. So for pound Aussie, right? Since last week we were talking about pound Aussie when we were here, right? So it has we are looking out for this support. So yesterday it has successfully hit on the support and now retracing upwards. Well, for pound Aussie at current moment, okay, we can see pound Aussie is actually testing on. Will there be a chance that the pound Aussie will continue trading market, continue to test the support and try to break the support? Okay, so we can take a look at this. Right, so for pound Aussie, okay, for pound Aussie, there may be still chance for selling. So I'm going to put pound Aussie into my watch. Okay. Right, so over at this point here, right, pound CAD. Let's take a look at pound CAD. Well, pound CAD, we are in the bull, transiting down into the bear. So today, will there be a chance that we are going to look out for any selling for this pound CAD? I would say that pound CAD, yes, we still have some chance, okay, over here because we still have about 80 pips to go. So it's still very good for pound CAD. Is still good for the selling. So for pound CAD, okay, I'm going to put this later on. We can take a look. Okay, so for pound franc, yeah, pound franc. Pound franc over at this point here, now it's transiting down into the bear, but it tested on the support level. So it started to retrace upwards to look out for the resistance. So I would suggest, okay, over at this point here, please wait for the pound franc, please wait for tested before we actually take a sell order. Okay, so tentatively, I'm going to leave this out first. Yeah, but the whole thing is that we are still looking, okay, but we need a resistance. Okay, so tentatively, okay. For pound yen, let's take a look at pound yen. Yeah, pound yen yesterday was a great winner. Okay, so over at this point here, the pound yen is still looking out to, in the bear, to going to sell. Of course, general trend by looking at this here. For the pound yen, okay, we are still in the bull, but now it has transited into the bear. So will there be any chance that we are actually looking out for something that it will actually come to a point to go for a selling? For pound yen, I will say that very high up there. Okay, so at this point here, so probably we may be having hard time selling for pound yen. So pound yen, because yesterday was a very good buying. Okay, so I think for today we need to wait for the London market to open before we can make whether to sell the pound yen. Okay, all right. So for pound kiwi. So when we talk about pound kiwi, it looks like we are in the bear. Yes, indeed. But however, now the pound kiwi is actually facing upwards to look out for resistance as well. So we're going to leave this out. Okay. For pound dollar, let's take a look at pound dollar. Well, pound dollar, we are now going up as a bull and now transiting down into the bear. So with this transition over here, will there be any chance of selling today? We are into the consolidation area, as you can see, right? So this may actually give a very good space in between for us to sell down today, since we are on the resistance, and there will still be a good chance out there. Like yesterday I mentioned, okay, so for pound dollar, there may be a chance that it's actually high, which is about 121. Okay, so probably there may be one price that it will start to push down, or it may be looking out for support. So tentatively, while it's looking out for support, we can actually grab some profit in between. Okay, so like yesterday, it has a good swing up, and over it started to console again over here, and now this is more onto the here. So as we can see, it's went into it has a distribution signal over here, where I will say that there may be a good chance for selling. So for pound dollar, all right, I will still be looking out for selling today. All right, so let's put this into my watch. Okay. Okay. So for dollar cat, all right, dollar cat. Well, dollar cat at this point here, dollar cat, we can see that for dollar cat at this point here is actually, are we moving into the bull? Yeah, like here, and now coming back here. As we can see, it's respecting the moving support, and all the way is going up. So for dollar cat is a bull, so buyers can take note, but sellers have to stay away. Right. So for dollar franc, we are going into, we are actually selling. So that is very good. Okay. So but the thing is that today we are having some retracement to look out for resistance. So for now, okay, I would say that the resistance that up there is quite high up there. Okay, there's one level here. Okay, so there may be a chance of back. So I would say that for now, okay, for now, let's wait for dollar franc to actually go for the buy, right, before we actually take for action. Okay, take any action. How about dollar yen? Well, dollar yen, we are in the bear. The bear is retracing upwards now, looking for turn. So there may be a good chance that we are up. Okay, so currently we are into this area, and resistance. Yes, resistance is here. Okay, we can see some resistance here. So over at this point here, I would say that let's wait for this to test on the resistance before we take action. All right. So for the gold, okay, for the gold wise, okay, we are looking into this area. That the gold is on the buy side. Okay, in general, the fundamental we are still looking for the gold to buy because as we know, economic crisis is just brushing our shoulder. Right, so probably many investors will start to buy gold as a hedge, okay, for a protection. So for now, I'm still looking out for buying. Okay, I'm still looking at the price of 1875. All right, for 1875 to hit, then we will see what can we do. So for the moment, okay, so for the moment right now, I will be looking out for the gold to buy, and hopefully it can actually achieve. Okay, yeah. All right, so I guess that should be all now. All right, let me flash it out for everybody. Okay. Yep. Right. So yep, nice. Just nice. Okay, good. Well, we are going to focus on selling on the Aussie dollar, Euro CAD, Pound Aussie, Pound CAD, and Pound dollar. Okay. So again, I think this is good. Okay, guys. So yep, do remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel to join my live streaming later on. Okay, so that later on we will come in and we will trade together. All right. So feel free to ask the question. I shall see you in 1.5 hours time. This is Eric Day from ACS Learning Hub. See you again.